Hello, dear listeners, and welcome back to the Hotel Soprana. Today, we are here to discuss the tendencies, trends, and insights, including political situation affecting Scandinavian market for 2026. And we are back here in studio together with Carlis. Hi, Carlis.
Hi, Diana. Happy to see you back. I heard you came back from Norway not that long ago.
Oh, yes, that was quite a trip. I have been visiting very different regions in Norway, and besides talking to our clients about recruitment and getting ready for summer season, and including getting ready for winter season already, actually, because smart entrepreneurs, they are already planning way ahead, not the last minute, So we actually had very good and interesting conversations with the clients about the political situation, because in some areas they have more tourists from international setting. And I have asked, how is it going? Do you feel it? Is it like ripple effect already or not yet? But they were saying that actually some were already ready and they had protected from any kind of, not particular this situation, but any kind of this within their money guarantee policy. And some were saying that it has not affected because the amount coming from those affected countries, it's not that significant. A third were saying that they have actually increase of tourists that are planning to come from within Europe, because Europeans are thinking, maybe I will just travel now in Norway, And and some were saying that we are not affected by this a lot in Norway. So overall.
Well, I believe so. Numbers and statistics says otherwise.
Yeah, we have seen the statistics by Statista. I think we will put it in the video, where it says that it will take about 2 months, the effect for recovering right from the market. So it is globally.
It depends, I would say. It depends how long this all drags on globally. And if the situation worsens, the business, if we're talking about individual hotels, the revenue can drop and the cancellations can come in a bulk sum. And then you need to plan, what are you going to do to bring it back up? And if you can't bring it back up, you need to do some cutting and some preparations and to keep your employees happy. And if you are in a remote location, that could be a pretty tricky situation to be in. I work myself with a Norwegian market, and yes, it's an interesting situation, and it's real-time happenings. That's where I see businesses as hotels, not so much as restaurants, but the hotels, the running machines, the money-making machines. They need the right people in a right place for everything to tick over. If you get a wrong people in a wrong place, it's just not going to work out in these kind of times and going forward as well. But I think we're going to go more into the detail through the podcast.
I think it is actually a very interesting topic that you touched about remote locations, because remote locations, they need to be by themselves very agile. And we have seen pandemics, it was refugees from Ukraine. There were a lot of situations that they were adjusting and getting ready for, not only in remote locations, but also remote locations. And remote locations are now understanding the importance of also building local communities. There is one hotel in Norway, our client, and what I see is that they are adjusting for local people. They have networking events with knitting, knitting. It's like very trending, it's very popular, and they are getting used to that. They have various events for this. And I think it is very relevant that it's not only for external tourists who are coming, but also for local people, because then it's also a permanent source of clients for them as well. In certain areas, because, Norway is very interesting because of the variety of the hotels, needs, and what clientele they are serving, who are the guests for them.
The hotels itself in a remote locations, and not only in remote locations across the whole Norway, because it's such a scattered piece of land, and where the businesses are and the access in some areas are limited for tourists to get there. You and your business needs to be super attractive for these guys to get get on a flight to Norway, rent a car, or get on a tour bus to actually go to your location for 2, 3, 5, up to 8 hours, or even a few days for some points. There's this golden circle of Norway where you travel across the heritage sites and all that kind of stuff. I've been there, I've done that, and it's super big contrast of what each hotel has to offer. So each hotel needs to have the right people in a place for it to operate as it should. Every single business can always do better.
What I noticed that quite some hotel managers are stressed out because on one hand, they are trying to reduce costs, but with the same, they are doing the job themselves, hiring, and it takes some hours. Sometimes it costs mistakes. Those mistakes are very costly for them. But with the same, instead of focusing on building the experience, because hotel business is experience, it's how you create memorable experiences for your visitors. In some locations, it will be about one thing, the other thing, but they are still coming back to the hotel. What's the basis for them?
The basis for return guests into the certain hotels in certain areas is the unique experience, what they experienced while they were there. Either it's all together, it's all combined. It's a service from the moment you park your car up at the front of the hotel, and if you can charge it there, and if you have a friendly reception, which directs you and gives you all the information you need and you want, and you look for it through all the visit, through the hotel, through the rooms, through the cleanness, from like literally every single little bit matters in a business. So you need to have the right people in a place.
Yes, we need to have the right people in the right place, and also to set up good processes, because sometimes it happens that also candidate-driven market we have. It's the candidates who are making choices. They are signing contracts with few of the companies. They agree that they will get the tickets covered, or that some company is buying the ticket for them. They sign the contract, they agree about the salary, and then what comes, another company offers a better salary. They just go va-bank for that, And then when the work start is supposed to happen, what happens? There is no one to work. And that's a huge problem in the market, because people are selecting where they want to go and where they don't want to go. But sometimes they forget to inform the companies that they signed contracts with, and they just ghost. That happens.
That happens. I have experienced that myself, and not only in the Norwegian market and across the hospitality at all.
Hey, by the way, do you know what's trending in recruitment lately? Video introductions.
All right.
Yeah.
So that's where we're going to go.
Yeah, but that has some downsides to that, because first of all, not everyone who is good at making food is the same good at making videos. Hello,
Well, I believe so. The video introduction, self-video, is a good thing. But as you just mentioned, you need to know the person before they arrive to your premises if that is the right fit. And the question for the managers, for the HR and hiring managers, do you really have a time for 3-4 interviews? Or you want to receive a few CVs, which is cherry-picked, and you pick the final candidates for you? It could be a whole team. It could be just 1 or 2 employees. And that brings a cost, and your time and the stress and everything else down to the bare minimum.
Of course, background check, because there are not only bad habits sometimes, cultural differences, but also personal traits that are affecting the quality of work. And if not carefully chosen, that can be costing quite a lot. Everybody can be also good liars, fake CV, and sometimes those workplaces, they don't even exist at all.
You can have a best CV in a world, and then you arrive at the location which you're not psychologically ready for.
Yes.
You gotta live in a small room which you weren't informed about. Or you got a surroundings where you can't go and have a social drink after work.
And you need to be ready for that. We have some candidates who are saying, I don't want to go and work for a remote location, even though it offers extra benefits like accommodation and so on. I want to go to Oslo I want to go out to have nightlife. I want to go out somewhere,
That doesn't sound to me like a perfect candidate for a hospitality job who wants to go and enjoy themselves after work straight into the Oslo town center nightclub. So, yeah, you need to have the right people in the place.
But sometimes they are saying, I want to go and it's okay. I will live in the mountains. It's okay for me.
And then is the crucial question. Have you ever lived in the mountains? Have you ever been there? It looks cool in the pictures in a Google, but actually when you get there,
It's cold.
it's cold, it's quiet, it's only nature.
Yes.
And at the beginning, most likely, you won't have any friends with who to spend time with. And a lot of people think, yes, oh my God, I can do that. And when you actually arrive to that camping site or a hotel or a luxury boutique hotel, oh wow, this is not what I expected.
Or I can do it for 1 month. And then some people are saying, I'm going out because I cannot handle this. It's too lonely. It's not so many people. There is no action. I need to drive far to get to the shop and so on. So it's not for everybody, but the more interviews, sometimes the better. Not sometimes, but most often. The more interviews means that less of mistakes in hiring can be made. And thank you for staying in today's episode with us. And if you have some questions, feel free to write to us podcast. We would love to hear your feedback, insights, suggestions, and questions.